The 2022 Royal Rumble is wide open. I mean, wide open, with no clear favorites. They might mess around and give it to Johnny Knoxville. No, seriously.
Pro Wrestling Bits. Subscribe now.
The 2022 Men's Royal Rumble is just over 2 weeks away, and until further notice, I'm getting a nervous feeling in the pit of my stomach that Johnny Knoxville might be a legitimate favorite to win it all. With only 10 stars announced for the Rumble, there aren't really any clear favorites just yet. Nobody has really been pushed as the ace of the Royal Rumble. Both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are world champions, teasing a title-for-title main event at WrestleMania, which would be way better than any WrestleMania main event with giggling cosplayer Seth Rollins as Universal Champion. Suddenly, the 2022 Royal Rumble winner feels kind of like a lame duck. If both Lesnar and Reigns retain their titles through WrestleMania, and that's a big if, then literally anybody could win the Royal Rumble. Yes, WrestleMania is 2 nights, but I could even see a tournament-style scenario that sees Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar competing on both nights. Old-school wrestling hotbed St. Louis, Missouri, like most wrestling fans, wouldn't appreciate the Royal Rumble crowning its first celebrity winner, but WWE could always wash its hands of the Rumble winner by doing his match in Saudi Arabia the next month, where the crowd would either play along or not even give a shit, as long as they're not hijacking the match like 99% of American crowds would. By the way, I'm not advocating for this. I'm just mapping out a potential disaster scenario based on what I've seen with my own eyes on television, where Johnny Knoxville has been in more angles to promote the Royal Rumble than anybody who's been announced. I'm telling you, Johnny might mess around and win. Given WWE's obsession with celebrity and a Royal Rumble that feels more and more like the winner won't affect WrestleMania plans, I'll be nervous until I see Knoxville's feet touch the floor. Having said that, both the men's and women's Royal Rumble could be filled with some of the best surprises in years. Corey Graves has been medically cleared to compete. In 2017, Graves himself told me he wouldn't even think twice about entering the Royal Rumble if asked, and this was back when he was medically inactive. And while it's likely Graves will be used as a joke competitor similar to Jerry Lawler's quick Royal Rumble appearances in 96 and 97, there's some real intrigue in Graves as a wrestler. The man is literally on television every week and has built a connection with WWE's audience, for better or worse. He's a legitimately polarizing presence, and WWE doesn't have very many of those on its roster. We know he can talk, so WWE now has all the ingredients to create something special with Corey Graves as a part-time performer who can build matches both through promos and on commentary. Unfortunately, based on how he was booked with his quick stint as 24/7 champion, I wouldn't hold my breath. Despite naming 2/3 of its field, the Women's Royal Rumble is shaping up to have several surprises, possibly even superior to the men. Bayley, Asuka, and yes, Paige could all show up, with Nikki Bella and Graves being the latest wrestlers to gain medical miracle clearance despite career-ending injuries, and with WWE's women's roster as thin as it's ever been, I'd actually be surprised if Paige didn't show up. Then there's a forbidden door. To me, the most intriguing aspect of the 2022 Royal Rumble. WWE seems to be on good terms with Impact Wrestling with the announcement of Mickie James, the Impact Knockouts champion. There are now reports that WWE is open to the idea of a Forbidden Door entrant in the Men's Royal Rumble. Could it be Chris Jericho or Bryan Danielson? Jericho already appeared on the Stone Cold podcast while under contract with AEW, and you don't have to listen to a Max Caster freestyle to know Bryan's relationship with head of talent relations John Laurinaitis. Given the way AEW yeets him from one promotion to another, maybe the returning Jay Lethal could show up in the Royal Rumble. I just hope he lasts longer than the 10 seconds he was in the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. Breaking news is Jay Lethal has been located after a 35-day disappearance. Lethal was found on the entrance ramp of AEW Dynamite in Raleigh, North Carolina, putting an end to a more than 1 month absence from AEW TV. Lethal now gets to compete in AEW's Black Guy storyline featuring Will Hobbs, Dante Martin, and Ricky Starks. What they're feuding about, God only knows. Hopefully AEW can actually explain this to us. Lethal came to the rescue of Dante Martin, and with Lio Rush now missing since December 8th, many believe Rush's role in AEW's Black Guy storyline was given to Jay Lethal, possibly due to heat from his tweet telling Tony Khan to apologize to Big Swole. We'll continue to monitor Lio Rush's absence, but for now, a sincere thank you is owed to the Jay Lethal search party. Maybe the 2022 Royal Rumble will feature a male star from Impact or even MLW. Never mind. In fact, the conspiracy theorist in me thinks WWE will have multiple Forbidden Door entrants in both Royal Rumbles, if nothing else, to show the world that they're not a monopoly and they're open to working with many of the thriving wrestling promotions around these United States. No antitrust violations going on here. Seriously, I think WWE's lawyers will be booking parts of this Royal Rumble. Speaking of which, WWE should be sued if Johnny Knoxville comes anywhere near Royal Rumble win. I can see a scenario where they tease that he's won, only for somebody to come out from hiding under the ring and eliminate him. If you think Johnny Knoxville's brave for doing all these Jackass stunts, if he does mess around and win the Royal Rumble, his greatest stunt will be making it out of St. Louis alive.